Okay, so for this third homework assignment, one of your best friends is back. Y equals mx plus b. Can never get enough of slope-intercept form. So we got to find two things through this whole assignment. We got to find m, got to find b. So let's see if we remember what they stand for. What is m and what is b? So m, that always stands for the slope. So anytime you talk about m, m stands for slope. And b is where you hit the y-axis, otherwise known as the y-intercept. So m, slope, b, y-intercept. And one of the equations that never goes away, y equals mx plus b. So let's do two things today. Let's find m, let's find b. All right, let's start it off pretty easy. Let's just do this, y equals 3x plus 5. So for this assignment, I'm just going to give you some equations, and then you find m, you find b. As long as you've got it in slope-intercept form, you're good to go. Like y equals mx plus b. In other words, y equals mx plus b. See, this one's already solved for y. Y is solved for, it's by itself. Y equals mx plus b. So you can find m and you can find b pretty quick. M is your number, your coefficient sitting right in front of x. It's 3, just 3, you don't write the x. And b is sitting right here, positive 5. Boom, you've got it. Y equals mx plus b. Now sometimes you got more to it. Let's do the third one. Let's solve for y equals, how about x minus 4? So you're good on this one also. Y is sitting right there, equals mx plus b. Y is all by itself. That's awesome. Now, when you go to solve for m, there's no number there. So if there's no number there, you may have to add in your own understood 1, throw them in there. Y equals 1x minus 4. So now we can pick out our m equals 1, and then our value for b, your y-intercept, hanging out down on the end. What kind of 4 is it? Negative 4. So no stress so far. Find m, find b. 1, 2, 3. Number 4. Sometimes you get a fraction sitting there. That's okay too, like 7/10 x minus 8. Y solve for, here's m, here's b. Having a fraction there, no problem. M, 7/10. That's your slope. B, what kind of 8? Negative 8. So no stress on any of that. All right, let's get to where we got to do some moving and shaking. So what if, let's keep y nice and neat. Let's say you got to work on the x. So this is your first one where y is not all by itself. Here's y, but there's a 4x with it on the same side. So we got to get this 4x. It always goes right after the equal sign. And remember, if it's negative on one side, when you move it, it becomes positive. So now, so it was a negative 4x. When you move it over, it becomes positive 4x. And what you're trying to accomplish on each one of these is to get the y all by itself, equal sign mx plus b. Once you have the y all by itself, you've got it in slope-intercept form, you can find your m and you can find your b. Boom, boom, boom. Find m, find b. Find your slope, find your y-intercept. All right, let's do another one. Number 6. All right, 6x plus y equals negative 7. And again, things keep moving around on us. Like here's x first, then y equals, so this is not in the form. So key one is your y. That's what's got to be all by himself. 6x is on the same side, so you've got to take the 6x, and he goes always just right after that equal sign. That's where he spots up at. So when we move him over there, it looks like this, like y is equal to negative 6x minus 7. So positive on one side, negative on the other. And again, your job, your goal, your task, y all by itself, mx, b. So finding your slope, M stands for slope. Find your B, your y-intercept. Sitting right here, what kind of 6? Negative 6. What kind of 7? This time, negative 7. All right, here we go. Let's do some tougher ones. So let's finish off with number 7 and number 8. If you can do these last two, you'll have it all under control. So let's say we got all kinds of stuff. 3x, 2y, 10. Okay, you're thinking, well, that's not solved for y. So we got to get y completely by itself. Start off moving the 3x. So 3x is positive on this side. When we move it over, it changes it to a negative. Let's reassess where we're at. Now again, you're trying to solve for y, and there's a 2 sitting right in front of it. The 2's been multiplied in, so for us to get rid of that, we have to divide by 2. But you can't just do it right here. The rules say you got to do it all the way across. So everything divides by 2. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Nice thing is, those 2's cancel, and now we do have y all by itself. Slope, now you're going to like this negative 3 over 2. The cool way to write that is to put the fraction out in front and have the x sitting right there. That's the way all the cool kids write it. 10 divided by 2, that reduces to be a 5. So now we have this in slope-intercept form. Here's y, here's m, here's b. Y equals mx plus b. And we can pick out our slope. We can pick out our b, which stands for y-intercept. Slope, don't forget your negative. Negative 3 over 2. B equal to 5. So if you can handle this one and the next one, you got it under control. Let's do number 8. See if we got this or we don't got this. Eight. 5x minus 4y. Negative 16. Okay, so last one. Again, we want to solve for y. Y has to be all by himself. This time, negative 4y, 5x. Let's start by moving the 5x where he's supposed to be, right after the equal sign. So negative 4y stays. 5x has got to travel. So 5x is positive. We get it over here just after the equal sign. But he did cross the equal sign, so let's change into a negative. So we line up with 4y, negative 5x minus 16. So we're getting closer. We got the y equals mxb formation, but y is still not all by itself. You have to get rid of the negative 4. So your negative 4 is multiplied in. For us to get rid of that, we do the opposite. We divide by negative 4. So all the way across, divide by negative 4. So all the way across, negative 4, negative 4, negative 4, all the way across. Cool thing happens right here. This negative 4 and that negative 4 cancel. We've got y completely by itself. And then you have a negative divided by a negative. That's a positive. Remember the way you write a fraction. You put the fraction first, and then you put the x sitting right there. That way you can pick out your slope a little easier. Negative divided by negative, another positive. But we know 16 divided by 4, that's just 4. Now you have it in slope-intercept form. Here is m, here is b. I can label this. M is equal to 5 over 4. B is equal to 4. I got my slope, I got my y-intercept. I'm liking it. Okay, so that's our job today. Y equals mx plus b. Do two things. Find m, find b.